On today's show, we're going to make my nan's homemade baked corn.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For our baked corn casserole, you're going to need half a cup of unsalted butter, a quarter cup of flour, a quarter cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of whole milk, 1 can of whole kernel corn, and 1 can of cream style corn, and then salt and pepper to taste. Hey, also, it's summertime. We always love cooking those, outside barbecues and grilling on the grill or smoking meat in the smoker. And some of my favorite recipes, of course, are cooking some ribs. Hopefully we'll get to show you guys that one of these days on one of the episodes. But man, throwing some ribs in the smoker for a couple hours or throwing them on the grill, letting them low and slow is the key, of course. You're looking at like almost 5 hours to cook a slab of ribs. But man, ribs and potato salad and corn on the cob, that's like the best things about summer. Just, everybody coming over, everybody hanging out, enjoying the weather, getting some good food. My mom, she'd always cook hot dogs on the grill, and she always likes them burnt. I don't know why, but that is disgusting, and I would not recommend that. But I think there's a lot of people that do the same. But she would always tell my dad, hey, make sure you burn one for me, But not me. Not me. That's not my thing. But chicken on the grill, burgers on the grill, ribs, pork chops, all those things. Even some salmon on the grill and a nice cedar plank. Just enjoying the weather. That's the most important thing. Getting out there and enjoying the summer and the beautiful weather and that good grilling season, as they say, and all that good food that comes along with it. Hey, also, I got this new wheelchair courtesy of my friends over at Dick's Home Care. Went with the black cherry, matte black cherry they call it. I switched it up from the blue. Everybody says everything I have is blue, so we wanted to switch it up a little bit, try a different color, but let me know what y'all think. All right, so we're going to make Nan's baked corn, or some people call it corn casserole. We're going to use some regular sweet corn, then we're going to use some cream-style corn. Then we're going to make almost like an egg custard batter to mix it all together, and then we'll pop it in the oven. So we'll need the corn, and then we'll need some sugar and some flour and some eggs, and we'll mix it all together and then throw it in the oven. Got a pretty good cart today. We're able to move pretty quick today, so it makes it a lot easier. All right, so it's pretty simple. We got all of our ingredients. We're just gonna head back to the house here. We already have the eggs at home, so we're not gonna need to buy a dozen of those. So we're just gonna check out and head out of here. All right, so let's talk about baptism, right? Let's talk about what that means to me and what that was like as a small kid. Now, in our tradition and in our churches, we don't get baptized till after we're born again, and accepting Christ as our Savior, of course, is the first step, and then baptism is the outward showing of that relationship that we have with Christ. And I was like 6 years old when I got saved, and then I was about 10 years old when I was baptized, so I was a little bit older, understood the relationship a little bit deeper, had some experience. I'm obviously losing my legs and and relying on God to get me through that tough time. Really drawing on my faith that my parents instilled in me, but also starting to develop that relationship on my own. And so I wanted to tell everybody about Jesus, about how what He's done for me, how He helped me get through this major operation. And one way to do that was to be baptized. So I went up to my pastor at the end of the service, like an altar call, and I went up there and I said, he's like, Dan, what are you up here for? And I'm like, I want to be baptized, And he turned around and introduced me to the crowd, the congregation there, and announced that I was going to be baptized. And I went through some classes, of course, and just to make sure that I understood what it meant and what I was doing. And we did that, and then a few weeks later I was baptized. And both, of course, my family was there, and my pastor was able to baptize me there. And what an awesome day that was. It was a Sunday night, I remember, and my parents gave me a Bible that day, so I still have that, and just an awesome thing to show our faith. And if you haven't been baptized before, hey, there's plenty of churches around here. Contact me. I'll put you in touch with somebody that can do that for you. But it's a next step of faith, in our relationship with God is being baptized. So I hope everybody has the opportunity to do that. So as we know, it's summer now here in central PA, and best thing about summer, obviously, besides the food, is going on all those family trips and vacations. I have quite a few planned, of course. I just got back on one with my brother and my sister-in-law and my nieces. We went down to Disney World and spent a couple days with Mickey. We had a great time in the Florida sun, and it was hot. Let me tell you, really hot. But we had a great time there. It wasn't too packed, and we had some fun on some rides. Couple interesting moments there. Of course, being in a wheelchair and transferring into the ride and out of the ride and things like that. But we had a great time. The food was amazing. They still sell the turkey legs at Disney World, so they're still there. If you guys are looking for those smoked turkey legs, they're still there. But yeah, hopefully everybody has a great summer and is able to go out and do some fun things, go out and travel a little bit. I'm headed later in the year or later this summer on a cruise. First time on a cruise, never done that before. So going from Dano on the counter to Dano on a boat. So we're gonna check that out and see what that's all about. But yeah, I got some cool concerts and stuff like that going on. And I know there's a lot of activities this year that were canceled last year. So I hope everybody's able to go out and enjoy some things and have fun with their friends and family and really get out there and enjoy the summer this year.
Hi, my name is Thad Dick.
And I'm Aiden. We're the 5th generation of Dick's Home Care.
And our family is here for your help.
If you're considering a lift chair, call or stop in and see us at Dick's Home Care. Our chairs come in a wide variety of fabrics and finishes. We even have chairs that are able to be closer to your wall in case you have a small space.
Dick's Home Care, Central Pennsylvania's leader in mobility products.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
Kick off summer by joining faith-filled believers from all across the city for Saturate Altoona. This is a free summer worship series unifying believers throughout our community. You're invited to join worshipers every Sunday night during the month of June at Heritage Plaza, beginning at 6:30 p.m. You'll hear from 12 different faith leaders of several denominations and musicians from many churches. You don't want to miss Saturate Altoona every Sunday night in June at Heritage Plaza in downtown Altoona.
All right, hey y'all, welcome into the kitchen today. Today we're gonna make my Nan's baked corn, sometimes known as a corn casserole, but this is something my grandmother always makes at all of our family functions for every holiday. Hopefully I do it right. I don't have her exact recipe because somebody wouldn't share it with me, But anyhow, so I'm gonna give it a whirl here and see what we can come up with. It's one of my favorite things, obviously, with some ham or some turkey at Thanksgiving or one of the holidays. But my grandmother always makes this, and everybody loves it. So I'm gonna see what happens here. All right, so we're gonna start by melting some butter here. We're gonna drop our butter in our saucepan, and we're just melting this at this point. And then we're gonna take our dry ingredients and add that, almost like a roux. We're gonna melt the butter, add our flour, then add our eggs and milk, and we're gonna make almost, like I said, like a little custard there, egg custard, and then we're gonna bake it off. So we're just really melting this butter right now, just so we can add our flour to it. So we'll get that going there. Like I said, this was my Nan's dish that she always makes. Everybody that comes to one of our family functions always talks about how they really enjoy it, and hopefully you guys can make this as well. I think it might be a Pennsylvania tradition, so maybe your grandparents or maybe your family already make this as well. So hopefully the people down south that haven't had it before, they're like, what is what? But maybe they'll give it a whirl here. So we're just gonna melt that butter down. As soon as that melts, we're gonna throw our flour in there. All right, so we have that down here. We're gonna lower our heat down. We're gonna add our flour. I'm gonna whisk that all in there together. This is just gonna thicken up a little bit. And we'll add our sugar to this, because if you know Nan, everything which she makes has sugar in it. So we'll add that. It's all mixed together. And then the next thing is to add our 2 eggs. And these have been whisked and beaten. So I have 2 eggs here. I'm gonna add that. And like I said, we turn that heat down, so we're not really cooking these eggs. We don't want scrambled eggs. And then we're gonna add our milk. Gonna mix this all together till it thickens up. While this is mixing together, we'll go ahead and preheat our oven. We're gonna preheat this oven to 350, and we're gonna bake this for about an hour 15 minutes till it's nice golden brown on top. That sugar kind of caramelizes on there. Get a nice crust on there. You can see this is starting to thicken up. And then, second to last step is add our corn. We're gonna add cream style corn and regular sweet corn. So we drained this corn already, took all the water out of it. We're just gonna add that in here. That's 1 whole can there. Mix that in. And the last step is to add our cream style corn. Just 1 whole can of that. And this is going to have that sugar and everything in it as well. So it's going to be pretty sweet. Mix that all together. Once that's good and mixed, we're just going to throw it in our casserole, and then we'll throw it in our oven and bake it off. Now Nan would probably add some salt in here, a little bit of pepper. You can do that as well. We can add a little black pepper to it. I'm not going to add any salt because that corn's going to have salt in it, that canned corn. So I'm just going to add a little black pepper. It's about a 1/4 teaspoon. Just like corn on the cob, right? Put a little black pepper on there. Stir that up. That's good and cooked. And then just going to transfer this into our little casserole dish here. Turn our heat off. All right. Then we'll carefully put this in the oven. We'll bake it for, like I said, an hour, 20 minutes, just till that crust forms on the top. And then we'll take it out and enjoy it. So as this is going in the oven, we'll head over to the studio for a little inspirational message.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Hi, my name is Thad Jakes,
And I'm Aiden. We're the 5th generation of Dick's Home Care.
and our family is here for your health.
If you're looking for a stair lift, I would definitely recommend Bruno stair lifts. The reason people get Bruno stair lifts from Dick's Home Care is it keeps them in the home that they love. We also have a rental program on the stair lifts. My customers coming back to me saying, I'm so glad I bought this.
Dick's Home Care, Central Pennsylvania's leader in mobility products.
Hey y'all, welcome to the studio today. I just want to encourage you guys today by sharing a little bit about my story. And one of the major things that happened in my life is, of course, I got my kidney transplant from my brother Luke in 2009. And that lasted 9 years. And I got all the way to about the end of 2017. And I talked about a little bit about this in a previous episode about how I discovered that kidney had failed. I was in South Carolina visiting him, and I ended up being swollen and retaining fluid and didn't really know what was going on, and called a friend and kind of thought he was just from traveling and being on the plane and things like that. But ended up flying home early and went to the ER and got checked out and found out that my kidney that my brother had given me was rejecting and was failing. They did some tests and biopsies, and unfortunately things did not go well, and the kidney ended up rejecting after 9 years. And I just want to talk a little bit about that and that journey, that finding a new kidney. And, you know, I had so many donors that were able to come forward and be tested to be my donor. Most of you probably remember me from that. I started that online campaign about Make Dano Great Again, and I had people sign up and go to Pittsburgh and be tested, and I had an online campaign on Facebook and things like that. And I had so many people come up and actually sign up and be tested for me. It was an amazing thing. Unfortunately, a lot of them ended up having health problems that they weren't able to donate, and so that was kind of a free health screening that we were able to provide for them, but unfortunately they weren't able to donate. So we kind of went through that 2.5 years. It took 2.5 years to find a viable kidney for me. I was there going on dialysis. I was trying to work at least 30-something hours a week, plus then go to dialysis afterwards. And man, that was a really trying time in my life. Let me tell you, there were so many bad days that I was so sick. Ended up having to have blood transfusions because I was anemic, and just having, nauseous and stuff like that. All the things that happen in dialysis, the side effects of all that, and then trying to work and try to stay happy and excited like I normally am, that was a really, really tough time. But I remember one day I had left dialysis and I was just over it. I was so frustrated. I was like, why would God put me in this situation that my kidney had failed? He'd given me a kidney already from my brother, and then that had failed. And I'm like, why would he do that to me and to my brother? And then now I'm on dialysis, and I feel like garbage every day. And I'm trying to be happy and excited like I normally am. And I just had one of those days that I was sitting in the car, and I'm like, I'm over it. I am done. I don't know what God is doing in my life right now, but I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if I can handle it. And I know I've been through so much previously in my life. I had the other kidney transplant. I lost my legs and the house fire and infections and hospital stays and 30-something operations at this point. And I was like, what is God trying to do in my life? And I remember sitting in the car and I was crying and I'm praying and I'm just like, God, you got to help me get through this. I don't know what you're trying to do, but just give me a peace about it. Help me get through this tough time. And I tell you what, it was about a day later, I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stress about this anymore. I'm going to confident on the things I can do and not focus on things I can't do. I'm going to focus on the good days and not the bad days, and focus on helping others and doing something great for other people. And I kind of took that spirit and just kind of turned it over, and I was like, I'm not going to be down on myself anymore. I'm not going to blame God. I'm going to just be excited about the opportunities that I have and share the things that God has already done in my life with others. And then I was. And that next day, I decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to bless others. I'd always known that if you're waiting for a blessing, the best thing to do is to help somebody else out. And so I had this crazy idea that I was going to buy groceries for people at the grocery store for a day. And I was working at the time, and so I had some money in the bank, and I was like, I'm just going to go to the store, and I'm going to bless others by buying them groceries. And that's what I did. I sat there with a friend of mine, and we shot a little video of it, and you can see it on YouTube as well. But I was there, and people were coming through the line, and I was telling them a little bit about my story and telling them how I was waiting for this blessing from God, but also I wanted to bless them that day by buying their groceries. And I didn't do it so much for the gratitude and for the thanks, but I just did it as I just felt that I needed to do something for somebody else. And that's what I did. And we shot a little video of it, and of course we posted it a week later. And I tell you what, I posted it at 9 a.m., right? And at 10 a.m., Pittsburgh, my hospital out in Pittsburgh, where I was waiting for my kidney transplant, called me at 10 a.m., an hour after I posted that video. And they called me and they said, hey, Dan, we think we have a kidney for you. Now, I've been down that road before. I've actually been down that road 9 other times that I went out to Pittsburgh, thought I was going to get a kidney, and it didn't work out. Either the kidney was no good or the logistics of it didn't work out. But here I was getting this new kidney after I just posted this video about something that I'd done for somebody else. And I just felt, wow, this is something different this time. I felt God in this situation for me. And I felt like there was nothing that was going to hinder us from getting that kidney. And we waited about a day, and the next day, I ended up getting that kidney. I got it on 9/11/2020, and it was an amazing gift. I unfortunately don't know where that kidney came from the family. The person that gave me that kidney doesn't really have a lot of family, so they weren't able to tell me much about it. But I have reached out to them to try to find out more information from them, but I have not heard back from them yet. But what amazing gift that was for that family to donate that kidney to me. I'm so thankful for it. And I truly believe that, like in everything in my life, that was from God. And not so much just because I blessed somebody else, but it was part of God's plan for my life, just like I believe He has a plan for each one of you. During those tough times, it's hard, and I know it's difficult, and you want to blame God, and you want to blame yourself, and you want to get down and say, why me? Why is this happening to me? But I want to encourage you that it's all part of God's plan. He has great things in store for you. You just have to trust Him, rely on Him, and everything from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, that God is going to get you through that day, and you just have to focus on Him. And I hope that encourages you guys today. I hope that my whole story and everything that I've been through and what God has brought me through encourages you as well. So we're going to be done for right now. We're going to head back in the kitchen, enjoy some delicious food, and we'll see you next time.
Dix Home Care can help you stay mobile. Dix offers a full line of scooters to help with mobility both inside and outside your home. Take your scooter with you wherever you go with a scooter lift from Dix. They are available for most vehicles. If standing or sitting is becoming difficult, a lift chair from Dick's will make life easier. There are many styles and sizes to choose from. And Dick's honors warranties and service on what we sell. Dick's Home Care, Central Pennsylvania's leader in mobility products.
Hi, my name is Dad Dick.
And I'm Aiden. We're the 5th generation of Dick's Home Care.
And our family is here for your health.
Purify O3 is the simple, effective way to clean your CPAP or BiPAP. It provides hospital-grade sanitation, killing 99.99% of bacteria and germs with the touch of a button. Everything you need comes in one affordable kit for just $1.90. It's available exclusively at Dick's Home Care, Central Pennsylvania's leader in home medical equipment.
Hey y'all, welcome back into the dining room here. We have our baked corn. We're sitting down with the crew here. We had a great time filming the show here today, and we're gonna dive into Nan's copycat baked corn. So let's see how we did, guys.
I'm excited for this now.
Yeah, we'll see.
That is so good.
Another sweet dish, you know?
Yeah. So good though. It's like a dessert.
It really is. We had this with some ham or turkey though. You know, on a holiday, it'd be great. All right. Well, it looks like it's another winner here, and I hope you guys enjoy it and try to make it yourself at home. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Dano on the Counter. Hey, if you have questions for me or about the show, please reach out to me at dano@danoburkhart.com. Also, catch all the episodes on danoburkhart.com.